Watch who?
Hello.
And welcome to Watch Who, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Mark.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm a Doctor Who fan.
And I'm new to watching Who.
Watching for the very first time.
Very first time.
We're on the moon. We're on the bloody moon. Yep, it is season 3 of Doctor Who. Everyone, we are there, finally.
We're there.
Yeah, we're back. We did Sarah Jane last time. Your sound was okay, I think, last time after it had gone through all the filters, but we are back fully now with Doctor Who in 2026.
Mark approves.
And we're recording, well, it's sort of wintry time again, isn't it? It's all sort of cold outside. This is a perfect time to sit and watch Doctor Who indoors.
It's weird because in some ways, it feels like a weird time to watch Doctor Who. Like when you watch a Christmas one, I'm like, I'm watching a Christmas episode. But I kind of always associate it with autumn.
Oh, right, yeah. That's weird because this was on, I associate with springtime because it was always on in like March, April time. Literally like transmitted. This was on end of March 2007 we were at.
It probably would have been, yeah. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I just think of it as being on at Christmas. Like if I did watch it, I'd watch a Christmas special. So I just sort of associate to that time.
Well, just a very quick update, which I forgot to say last time, actually, but it literally reminded me this morning as well. So over Christmas, Neighbours VHS guy, everybody, well, he messaged Happy Christmas on Christmas Day, and I messaged Happy Christmas back, and that was it. And I was like, that's nice. Neighbours has finished. We're at a good point now. And then he messaged Happy New Year, and I said, Happy New Year. And I was like, there we are. We're all at peace now. It's all done. And I didn't hear anything back until literally this morning when I got 3 video clips of Neighbours and then saying, hey, do you want to trade tapes? So we've started all over again.
I feel like he'll always be around. Or maybe like he just sort of like, he has a list of people that he knows do this. So he just sort of sends it to all of them.
Yeah, but it's just random video clips. It's like Madge coming out of her house and stuff. That's it.
Got it piqued your interest, though?
Yeah, anyway, well, I thought I'd let everyone know. And no, I know everybody keeps asking as well. There's no Ross updates, okay? There's no Ross updates.
To be fair, you sent me a picture over Christmas.
I forgot to say as well, I did walk past his house and I sent Sarah a picture of his street saying, guess
like,
where I am.
Please don't get arrested or something like that.
So, yeah, no updates in the ongoing sagas, everybody. But we should talk about Doctor Who. We should get into today's episode, Smith and Jones, because it is the start of a brand new series of Doctor Who. And we have a new companion.
I need a guy who's smart.
Sitting trainers works for me.
And someone who can make the time.
Ah, now that's my speciality.
Doctor Who, coming soon to BBC One.
So we should start with that, really, shouldn't we? Did you realise Martha was here, or were you expecting more Catherine Tate?
I think I expected more Catherine Tate. I kind of forgot about Martha.
But did you know anything about Martha?
I saw her, I was like, oh my God, you were a companion, yeah.
So you'd sort of subconsciously knew that Free Madge and Martha was, like, in Doctor Who? Cause...
Yeah. I mean, like, again, I remember seeing, like, the TV guides and stuff. Like, you know, you see the pictures, you see the... So, I mean, sorry, I've just sneezed, everyone, so I'm a bit stuffy. I remember seeing the pictures. Like, you see things. So, but I'd completely forgotten she was in it until she was on the screen, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you were in Doctor Who. Also, I almost had a moment. I was like, I forgot that she was with even David Tennant.
I'm going to say it now. I love Martha Jones. I love Freema Agyeman. Martha is one of my favourite companions, okay? So I'm just putting my flag in the ground now, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe at the time, I think fan opinion wasn't great. But also, she had the toughest job. She was following Billie Piper, Rose, like the number one companion. You know, everybody knew Rose. And Rose has done, like Billie Piper has done more than any Doctor at this point. she's done more episodes than Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant at this point as well. So she is the main fixture. Freema Agyeman is like a bit like Patrick Troughton, like who had to follow William Hartnell. That big change, if that hadn't have worked, then Doctor Who wouldn't have carried on. Freema Agyeman is the Patrick Troughton of the new series because she has to have that job of now being that regular companion after all the stuff that Rose has set up. And we've been on a long journey with Rose. So I feel like it's really tough, but I think she does really well. I think she makes a great impact. And I don't think it was easy. And I think, fans weren't sure straight away.
And I think it's a really good episode. I think she's great.
I was just showing you just before this. So they did this press release thing when Freema Agyeman was announced as the companion. And it always sticks in my mind because the photos of them were like this sort of fashion shoot thing with David Tennant and Freema Agyeman. It was on the newspapers. It was everywhere at the time, like new companion. Because it was, again, big news at the time. Like everybody knew what was going on in Doctor Who at the time. I just think, I don't know if anybody remembers those pictures where David Tennant's in that flowery shirt and they're sort of dressed up. It looks like a sort of catalogue fashion shoot of like, I don't know, M&S or something maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that always comes to my mind.
It's a very weird set of images.
And so we're in March 2007 for this. I love this series. I love Martha. And I would have been third year at uni at this point. And Doctor Who is coming back, Smith and Jones, Saturday night. And I vividly remember watching this in my house at uni. And I had like a big TV in my room. So then there were like quite a few of us and we were all in my room, in my bedroom. And I had a pepperoni pizza and we were all like watching the brand new series of Doctor Who. I absolutely remember that. And I'm going to shout out to Ryan, my housemate in the third year. He was there, definitely. I'm going to let him know to listen to this. Ryan, do you remember watching Smith and Jones? Because we're all excited and it was Martha, and because we love Martha Jones, we just say, jump my bones, Martha Jones. Whenever we talked about Martha. So I hope he remembers that. Maybe he doesn't. But it was pepperoni pizza, everyone, for this one, for Smith and Jones. And it was that time, actually, it wasn't, I know there was a group of us watching that first episode, and then maybe it wasn't like every week, but every now and then on that Saturday night, we'd watch Doctor Who. And then afterwards, I don't know if anyone remembers, on BBC One, they were doing that Search for a Joseph. They did this whole Andrew Lloyd Webber series. They did How'd You Find Maria, didn't they? And then they did How'd You Find Nancy from Oliver. And then they were doing Joseph. So we'd watch that as well. And John Barrowman was a judge on that as well. So we always watched that afterwards, and we always did this impression of John Barrowman. I can't remember, like he was judging one of the Josephs or something, and I always remember him saying, "I played Joseph 7 times consecutively." So we always used to say that was our John Barrowman impression as well. So, and then you'd like go out maybe on a Saturday night or whatever was happening on Saturday night, but it would be like Doctor Who, Joseph, and whatever on a Saturday in those student days. So. I remember Series 3 very well for that reason as well. So there you go. I've pictured it for you.
Thank you. I mean, it would have been around. It's that sort of time, isn't it, as well, where this is, especially if you're a Doctor Who fan, it's exciting. But it was a big thing on TV. Yeah,
it was still. And we've had Sarah Jane Starr in Torchwood. They also had, and I think it started in this series, the CBBC show about it. It was called Totally Doctor Who. So that was on every week. They preview the episode. They would like interview actors. They'd have like kids doing like challenges all behind the scenes. It was like a dedicated program like about the making of Doctor Who on CBBC every single week. And that had like a little animation story in it as well. So it was massive then, absolutely massive, sort of even bigger because you've had all of that. And we had an extra Doctor Who magazine, Doctor Who Adventures came out for like younger kids. I used to get that as well in the third year of uni.
Of course you did.
It would always have like, like free, like a Slovene whoopee cushion or something free with it, that kind of thing, that stuff. So yeah, it was massive. The merchandise was massive.
Yeah.
So again, Freema Agyeman coming into a massive franchise, and it's sort of her early for her in terms of acting roles and stuff. It's her big thing. I mean, she's gone on to do other stuff. She was in one of those Charles Dickens adaptations, but I'm not sure if that was before this. But then she sort of went off to America after Doctor Who. She's done quite well in America since. It sort of launched her career as like an unknown. She was definitely an unknown at that point. And then we get onto the episode. What are you thinking?
Well, what was I thinking? I very much enjoyed it. I think it started quite well. It definitely just follows a lot of the tropes of a new companion, the story. We have a different way of showing the world, the Earth.
Well, yeah, it's that season opener, isn't it? Where you've got to introduce the companion, so you're following Martha.
Yeah,
she's
which
got
of
her
course we have to do.
And we meet her family, so we've got a whole new family here. Mum, dad, sister and brother this time.
Yeah. And, Dad's girlfriend.
Oh my God, that was my other... Do you know what? That would have been my other intro. If it wasn't the mood, I would have gone, hi, Sarah, hi. Yeah, and when she's on the phone to everyone, that's a really good way. She's walking down Queen Street in Cardiff.
Yeah, noticed that. A lot of this isn't filmed in Cardiff.
I think the outsides on the street and stuff is.
Those bits are, but a lot of the rest of it isn't.
What do you mean?
It's filmed in Ponty and stuff like that. It's not filmed in Cardiff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like they film Queen Street's Cardiff, obviously. And there's always that same street of Cardiff by the Principality Bank down by Live Lounge. That street they always use. They used it in Torchwood. They use it all the time. They love that street. There's not a lot of Cardiff, actually.
Well, there's a lot of studio, isn't it, in the hospital mainly, isn't it? Well, I don't
even think the hospital. I don't even think the hospital's Cardiff.
No, but it's not like they're on the streets a lot or anything.
No,
it's like not studio bound, but you know what I mean, like indoors, isn't it? It's a lot indoors. We're adding another mum to the mums of Doctor Who, so we've got Francine Jones.
Yeah,
who
they love a mum of who?
Who is the actress from Bridgerton?
Yes.
Who also played Arachnos on audio, as I mentioned before. And her sister, so Tish's sister, she is the female sea devil in War Between the Land and the Sea.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, Martha's sister. That's her. That is.
I think who you meant then. Sorry. Yeah.
That's Salt from War Between Land and the Sea.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're following Martha, aren't we? What do you think of like Martha being a junior doctor? That's a good idea, I think.
Yeah, that's quite fun, like the Doctor.
We've had that, obviously, Grace in the TV movie was a doctor, but I like that idea. It couldn't be another sort of Rose character, could it? It had to be something a little bit different.
I liked that sort of angle of it. I liked that she was a little bit more like assertive and like she knew, do you know what I mean? Like she's sort of like instructing the family a little bit more.
Yeah, she seems to be the one sort of trying to get everyone together.
She's doing the negotiating.
And then when she's in the hospital as well, when all of that stuff happens with the moon and everything, I think that's the moment you see she's a Doctor Who companion. I think that's the moment the Doctor sees she's a Doctor Who companion, when she's like, right, everyone, there's a bit of a problem here, but we're going to get it sorted out. Let's go. Yeah. And she's the only one that's like not stressing out or anything like that, or going like completely like panicking or anything. And you can see the Doctor seeing that and being like, right, that's why he's going to talk to her and deal with her. So it's really strong, actually. Stronger than like Gwen from Torchwood, I think. He's like dealing with stuff. And sort of stronger than Rose, really, as well. I suppose Rose investigated, didn't she? But I think it's a really good first episode for that character. I don't know how you found it, but you have all of that. You're on the moon. You go through. It didn't the pace didn't let down at any point. We didn't have really any slow moments at all. I sat and watched this, and every time I just watch it right through. It just happens. And it's like, there's no moments where you're like, oh, okay, how long have we got left or anything like this?
No, it's really consistent. It is just all the way through. And I think as well, actually, in some ways, it felt really just contained. Like that first story of Rose was. It's just a really contained story because the story doesn't really matter. We're just getting to learn this new companion. So I quite liked that, to some extent, all right, they're on the moon and things are happening, but really it's nothing to do with, what am I trying to say?
It's sort of background. It's the same with Rose and the
It
Autons
is.
and that, isn't it? The actual
It is a real
story doesn't
background.
matter.
Like, they're literally that we've never met these monsters before. We're probably never going to meet them again. They're just like, it's just purely like functional. But it's not interesting. But it is a functional property.
Yeah, it's still it's an okay story. It's not like anything massively deep in it, is there? It's these Judoon, which are space police. I was trying to think as well, have we had any space police in Doctor? Oh yeah, we have. The moment I say it, I'm always like, someone's going to say, Sarah Kingdom was space police, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I was just thinking when I was like, why doesn't Doctor Who do like police more in these things? But there's going to be examples. I really love the Judoon as well. One of my favourite monsters, actually.
Really?
I just think they're really good fun as well. And like the way they look like the rhinos and their voice, and they're just doing their job as well. They're not like invaders. They're not like, they're on a mission. They do their mission and they go. They're not like trying to attack people for no reason or whatever, or take over or anything. They're just getting on with it. And if they're harsh, they're harsh. What do you think of them? Do you think?
I think, yeah, they're just very practical. Again, they're a very practical sort of monster, though.
And we've also got, so the actual like baddie in this is, I want to say they're a plasmavore. I think I've got that right. Which is the old lady.
Yes, she's great. And she's like in everything. I've forgotten her name now, but actress-wise.
Yeah, she's been in Doctor Who. She was in the Curse of Fenric, Doctor Who. You know the guy, the wheelchair with the Vikings and the Seventh Doctor and Ace one?
Yeah.
That was her. She was like the assistant, wasn't she, of that?
Yeah.
He was really horrible to her.
She's such a famous actress. She's been in so much.
Yeah, so she's like casting of the week, isn't she? Because when I first watched this, I thought that man, the Doctor, the man was going to turn out to be the baddie. But then it is sort of obvious that it is going to be the old woman, isn't it? Like, you're not sure. You think he might be behind it all or something.
Initially, you're like, oh, is he going to be involved? But then you're like, yeah. I enjoyed, it's like so obvious that she's not even sort of with it. Doesn't matter. Because actually, as an audience, because we're trying to just learn more about Martha and get to know her, it just means, right, well, we know who that is. Like, it's just, from the start, she's there with a straw, and
Martha works it out straight away because she's killed that guy, and Martha's like, I know who it is. And it's not even about working out who it is. If this was a story later on, the whole plot would be like, we don't know who it is till the very end. That's the twist or something. But this, you're right. It's just like, we need to get that out of the way because we need to have the Doctor
because
and Martha.
we need to get to know this character and their chemistry together and how these two are going to like sort this out or get there. How are they going to get there to?
And the Doctor the Doctor and Martha work really well together, I think. Oh, Clothes Watch. He's in a blue suit. We haven't had a blue suit before, have we? It's a new suit.
So I remember, I don't know where I've seen this. I don't know if I've seen it. I think I know I've seen it. You know that, is it the new Doctor Who, not Doctor Who Confidential? What do they call it now on TV?
Oh, Unleashed.
Unleashed. So you know when David Tennant was back, they did some Unleashed, didn't they, for that?
Yeah.
And they talked to the costume department. And so apparently David Tennant came on and he said like he wanted to pick up. Anyway, they didn't know like how to dress him and stuff. And they had a load of different ideas. And basically the one that they settled on was from Gap. So his original, like, you know, that pinstripe suit.
The brown one that he's been wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just like, they went into Gap, which I remember really well because Gap is not good, but there was a Gap in Cardiff for like years. They went into like town, got a load of stuff. And it was this pinstripe suit from Gap. And then they had to go back and like buy load of them because they were like, we need that. They were about to discontinue it and then having to resize it or something. So that brown pinstripes, when it came to season 2, they didn't have it. It stopped doing it. They just bought it from Gap.
Right, okay. I like that he's changing up a little bit. It's different for a new season. I think it freshens it up a little bit.
But that's why.
I think that happened with Shooty Gatwell. One of his jumpers was from a store like that, and it just, all the cosplayers just went out straight away. You have like the photo shoot for it before it's even on. Everyone's gone and bought a version of it. And I think Jodie Whittaker's multicolored scarf was from something, and that just sold out was just like everyone goes and buys it.
They bought it before I think they even did the photo, and it had already like gone. It was like last of stock. They got it like sale or something. It was really cheap. I can't remember the story. I might be making this up, so don't quote me. Someone will quote me because I wasn't paying enough attention. It was just on. And I think the only reason I watched that one is because Neil Patrick Harris was in it.
Well, we have another close watch for ages. We need to do that again because I will do a close watch maybe next week because just skipping ahead a bit, what Martha is wearing at the end, her like party outfit for the end where she goes aboard the TARDIS. She's got that red jacket, which you don't really see very much here, but it's in all the publicity for this series. She wears this red jacket, and I will talk about that next time because
I don't think I paid enough attention to the red jacket, but I will look now.
You'll notice from next week onwards, she's in pretty much the same costume for quite a while from her party. Anyway, going back to...
Which is funny because actually, when I was watching it, and I said to James, I was like, she does the whole bigger on the inside, that joke, and he mouths it and all that. And she's in her party outfit. And I even said to her, I was like, there's a wardrobe room in there. It's a whole wardrobe room. And,
which we've never seen again. We've seen like briefly.
We've never seen again since like the 70s.
We've never,
like maybe in the 80s.
That's funny, isn't it? We've never seen any other rooms. Okay, we saw when David Tennant picked his outfit, there was like one shot of like clothes. That was it. We've never seen any other rooms still.
In like New Who, we've never seen anything but that TARDIS room.
I did notice the filming in the TARDIS is a bit nicer. It went a little bit green at the end, but it's still much better than it has been. We're back. We're good for filming in there now.
I remember when they used to film in the other TARDIS room. Speaking of filming, do you remember when they had the second TARDIS room?
What, in like the 70s?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Why is that? Okay, well,
we're talking about other TARDIS rooms, aren't we? Like, we're talking about...
the alternative, it was like for half a season with Tom Baker, wasn't it, that other one?
Yeah, the alternative TARDIS room.
We need something like that, don't we? We need a different thing. Well, they don't spend that much time in the TARDIS ever in the new series, really. I mean, the opening scene and maybe the ending, there's not a lot of TARDIS. There used to be more TARDIS, didn't there, in the classic? So there's no need, I suppose, for another room.
They used to go to we saw their beds.
I know.
We used to see like labs. We used to see so much TARDIS time.
We will see. We'll see how it goes. I think we do see some more TARDIS at some point in the new series.
I feel like as well in the TARDIS. Sorry, I'm really getting on this now. But in new TARDIS, because you only ever see that room, you don't even see where other rooms could be.
Yeah.
So like in previous ones, I felt you could see where things went off to. Like you'd see a door or like a hole where like, oh, there's more beyond it. So you'd know like there's other rooms. Whereas the TARDIS feels like it is just that one room now.
It's just the way it's filmed, isn't it? You just never see that side where the camera is. It's always facing one side. I don't think, or if when you go round, they obviously close up the gap, don't they? Yeah, there's no obvious bit.
That would be such an episode. Any writers listening that work on Doctor Who, can you do one where they go, oh, like over there and point at the camera and then we see the other side of
Okay, I'm not going to give any spoil. At this point in time, in 2007 Doctor Who, I think it's a little while till we see anything else. But I'm just going to say it's not never. It's not never ever. But I think we've got to wait quite a while.
I want to see them point at the camera and go, what, over there?
We will celebrate when there's another TARDIS room, definitely.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's not happening anytime soon. But I was going to say, what we say, the Doctor and Martha together. So that relationship is like straight away, they trust each other, they get on with it. There's a kiss. I said there's always got to be a kiss, or it's a genetic transfer or whatever. There's always an excuse for a kiss. Did he kiss Catherine Tate? I was trying to remember.
He didn't. No. I mean, not even was very clear she is a bride.
But not in like for a reason. I thought there was a reason that... I thought he always kissed him for some reason.
No. But she was very clear, like, do not, I am getting married.
So here, Martha, there's a bit of a... She's getting to know him. And of course we have like Rose mention at the end. Here we go again, the whole Rose thing. Goes sad over Rose again at the end.
Not as much. He turns it more into a positive spin.
Yeah, but then there's that really awkward moment where Martha's like, oh, well, I'm not interested anyway. And then there's that look and it's like, okay, so she is.
Yeah, but they have to put that in, don't they, for the fans?
Yeah, but do we have to have, can't she just get on with it? Does she have to fancy the Doctor?
Get on with it.
So I don't know. That's the only aspect that I don't like. It's like, does she need to immediately fancy the Doctor straight away? And now we're going to cause this like issue. She's going to feel awkward.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I love them working out everything in the hospital together. He's got his usual sort of funny, quirky lines, hasn't he?
He does.
I don't know why I wrote this. Okay. This is why I wanted to talk about your boots.
Oh, go on.
Only because I've written did you see the Judoon boots?
Yes.
Judoon had big boots. I had some boots like that at one point. Like
the Judoon boots? I can imagine that.
Chunky boots.
I can imagine you did.
I did have those type of boots once. Let's just talk about your boots.
Yeah, I got new boots.
Let's talk about boots. So Sarah got some new boots the other day, which is perfect weather for it, but they were quite expensive boots. So you were
very expensive boots.
You were sort of regretting it a little bit.
Well, I mean, no, I was a bit like, I shouldn't have spent this much money on boots, especially in January. But they're proper. Going to shout out here to Lanx, LANX.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but if they want to, they can. They are Lanx boots. They are made in Lancashire, and yeah, they are like proper leather boots, like proper good boots. They're literally made in the village next to where I'm from. They are very comfy. I've got like one bit rubbing.
Okay.
But they're breaking in. But the other foot's really comfy. I think I always rub on that foot, so it's not unexpected.
So you said, oh, I've spent a load of money on boots.
Yeah. And then
I was like, well, that's fine because I've spent a load of money on Big Finish CDs. and then
I was like, I might return the boots. And Mark was like, you can't because then that makes it bad that I've spent all this money.
And then you said how much you spent on the boots. I was like, okay, I feel better now because I haven't spent that much money on Big Finish CDs, although I thought it was a lot. And then you're going to return them. So now I was like, you can't return them because you've spent more money on boots and I've spent. But you have a more practical use for your spending of money than my Big Finish CDs, which I spent a lot of money on. So you're keeping the boots.
I'm keeping the boots.
Yeah, good. Yeah. You have to keep the boots. What are we talking about?
I have no idea.
Smith and Jones. What's her name? She gets arrested. The Judoon, off they go. Gone. Everything goes back to normal. And then we have that scene at the end. So there's that tiny bit. That's interesting. So he's got to prove that it travels in time. So he goes back to the beginning of the story, which we see, and he like shows her his tie or whatever. Which I'm not sure if that actually works out. I think that might be. If you think about it, no, okay. Does that prove that you can travel in time, really, to her?
Yeah, of course it does.
I was trying to think.
Because when she comes in, she says, didn't I just see you outside?
Yeah, but when I was watching it, I was trying to work out, logically, that doesn't actually prove anything in my head. I was like, he could have just done that anyway and then pretend. Anyway, that's how she believes it, and she goes into the TARDIS. And leaves all her arguing family behind.
Yeah.
Which we don't really see very much of in this particular episode. I thought it was really awkward that when he's like, oh, welcome aboard, and they're sort of shaking hands over the console. They both look really awkward, like it's an awkward position. I don't think they should have done a faraway shot on that. They should have just kept it a close-up.
I wonder if they filmed all that first.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
It does feel really weird.
It's a bit of an odd... Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't even know if they filmed. I'll have to look it up for next time if they did all the episodes in the right order, if this is her actually first one. I think it is. Because sometimes they do it out of order in like different blocks. But I think they did do this one first. But yeah, it's not like this episode. It's not like in anyone's like top 10, or maybe me actually. But anyone's like, this is amazing. And I don't think any of those first series ones ever are, because like you say, they function. Like, you could be new to Doctor Who and watch from here.
Yes.
And you will be absolutely fine, because everything is explained for you when you come in with a new companion. Like, you could easily jump on here And I think, people are like, oh, I've heard about Doctor Who's really good, David Tennant, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to watch Doctor Who from now on. It's perfect for that. And I think those ones don't work as well for like fans watching again and again, because there's not, like you said, there's not tons to it, is there? Once you've seen, it's a good, fun adventure. And that's it. It's not like, oh, this is really good because it's got this really emotional bit, or it's got this really scary bit, or anything like that. It's just, this is the fun one with the Judoon on the moon and Martha Jones.
Yeah. Its purpose is very simple.
Good. So it's a good start, and you're excited to see more Martha.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Have you seen Freema in anything else before or since?
I think what else?
No. Well, she went to do Law and Order UK, which I've never watched, which apparently is like a really big show. And I've seen her in Sense8, which was like quite an early Netflix-only series. But I think she's doing like a medical thing in America.
I mean, Law and Order is a big thing.
Like, this was Law and Order UK. Yeah, that was big with, I think Bradley Walsh was in that as well. She's not like, her career isn't like massive America, but she's always working on a TV series, I feel. She's, and I really wanted to see her. She was at London Comic Con last year, and because she's one of my favourites, and I haven't really met a lot of the new series ones. I'd love to have seen her. She's definitely on my top list of people. I just think she's great. Do I like her better than Billie Piper? Yeah, probably. She's definitely, I always say she's my favourite new series companion.
Mark.
And I'm going to stick with that. She's my favourite new series companion. Martha Jones. Yes.
He said it. You heard it here.
And then, it says next week is the Shakespeare Code.
Shakespeare Code. Well, I did see the next one.
Yeah, the trailer.
Like the trailer. So I knew we were going to be seeing Shakespeare. Which, that's a classic Doctor Who. Look, we are following the Russell T Davies new companion new season storyline. We see Earth, we go back in time, we go to the future. These are the things that we do.
That is it, yeah. You
One
got
way
it.
or another.
You got it, yeah. That's it. Okay. Well, in the meantime, everybody, you can follow us on social media at 2WatchWho, or follow us on patreon.com at 2WatchWho, or if you want to give us a subscribe or a review wherever you follow podcasts, that's really great as well. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
2 Watch Who.